Just before I get started, a show of hands, how many of you invest internationally currently? Just very curious. 3? That's it? 5. Vested people can't put their hands up. 6, 7. And I'm curious, how do you do it? Do you do it through funds or is it a international brokerage account?
So, why not be like
Vested account. Oh, excellent. Great. Others? Who raised their hands? Somebody raised their hands there. Interactive. So a brokerage account directly. Anybody that does sort of funds and has started through the Gift City route currently? I did meet, so somebody there who was also doing gift. India NX. Vijay is here. So that's great. Thank you. Any others? How else do you internationally invest today? And what do you invest in? Do you invest largely in stocks or stocks?
wait,
Got it. What else? Somebody here also had raised their hand.
there's so far about my nieces. From these are people staying close.
Yeah.
I tell her,
Acha, the Indian ETFs that are investing internationally. Got it. Correct. You got in early. Anybody that has sort of ESOP RSUs, because for Bangalore, I think that's a very relevant, sir has some. Any others, or have seen customers? I think you mentioned customers having ESOP RSUs. In Bangalore, that tends to be a very relevant conversation.
more than your child.
$6-7 million. Yeah. I mean, I think Saurabh talked about it. It's a growing, and with GCCs coming in more and more, it's a growing segment.
Then,
So I think most folks are in, and I can dive in. I have about 15 minutes or so to talk about Vested. So it's been now 6 years since we've been around, and it's been an exciting journey. Honestly, when we started this entire international investing space in India was just not even a conversation. People used to even ask us कि illegal भी है क्या internationally invest करना, कर सकते हैं, कैसे कर सकते हैं. So from that to today being at a conference organized for cross-border investing or international investing from India is very exciting to see. For us, it's been a category creation journey where a lot of journeys on the product side we had to solve from scratch, and that's what honestly got us very excited, and that's what we look forward to continue to doing. So from my presentation, I think so far we've heard perspectives on why international investing is important, or what are the reasons you should look at it, what are the different structures. I really enjoyed the panel on the sort of advisor, wealth manager perspective, right? So I wanted to add a little bit of the platform perspective, right? We are technologists, we are sort of, our core competency is technology. And so wanted to add that perspective of what we are seeing and then what we have for wealth managers as a technology solution that can really help empower you. And I'll talk about that. So let's see, how does this... Yeah, so 3 things that I wanted to cover. One is an interesting trend that we are seeing, which is what we call kind of finance's internet moment. And I'll explain that a little bit. It's sort of a global thing that we are seeing. The other is how Vested fits in. What do we want to do in that entire ecosystem? And then how can we help you? How can we help you service or help advise your customers better? That's the third section, right? So basically what here I actually wanted to show was, I usually have animation, so it's more interesting, but now you see everything in one go. But three kind of key phases, right, where the world has become more and more global. It's been sort of milestone moments. And the first was, the first commercial aircraft that started in the 1910s from Germany. And what that allowed us to do, it allowed us to see, it allowed us to explore the world beyond what we had domestically, right? So that then started the curiosity in people, okay, there is a big world out there, which then got accelerated further in the 1990s once the internet came in. And what really happened was that information got globalized, right? Now you can sit in India and access information from somebody publishing a website from Latin America, right? Earlier, think about it, it was just not possible. You had to rely on books, but that was the only medium for global information transfer, which allowed us to learn. So you saw the world, you started learning about the world, and now what we really believe the 2020s is a phenomenon where you will start investing in the world. And this is not just an India phenomenon. We are actually seeing it across the world. We are seeing it in Brazil, we are seeing it in Korea, we are seeing it in Japan. That finance now, your portfolios now are starting to go international, right? You're starting to own assets that are just beyond your domestic markets. And that is that is a very interesting phenomenon that is going to play out in this entire decade. So when Saurabh was talking about, the next 10 years for India to invest globally, what we always say is the next 10 years is for the world to start investing globally. Portfolios will start looking very different in the next 10 years, not just in India, it's across multiple countries. Even in the US, people are starting to invest across different countries beyond the US that they may not have invested, right? So global trend that you have to really, make sure you stay relevant in. Now, why is it that this is happening now? Very, very simple kind of 3 reasons. And as technologists, of course, what we are seeing is that technology is the key reason why now finance is going global, why investing is going global. The first big phenomenon, the internet and mobile, right? So technology shifts so fast that you forget the past very easily. But until 15, 20, 30 years back, investing used to happen on the phone. You had to call somebody, place a trade. You did not have your mobile phone. You did not have investing apps on your mobile phone, right? So now with the internet, with mobile, that is one big enabler. The other is how money is moving across borders. So again, now remittances is something that is very easy. But if you look at 20 years back, internationally sending money online digitally was not a thing, right? So now those are the 2 key things that now are required for you to invest internationally. The third, which is a last 5-year phenomenon, is that you can now access international markets in a very easy manner through APIs. That's the brokerage infrastructure. So the US markets, Hong Kong markets, now hopefully India markets also soon over the next 5-10 years. And fractionalization of shares has happened, right? So if you wanted to buy an Amazon shares worth 3 lakhs earlier, it just did not make sense. But now technology has solved for that as well, which allows you to start investing from $1, from 1 Hong Kong dollar. So you can own the world in a much, much easier manner. So this is why it's playing out right now and why it will continue, why we feel that this is, just going to increase worldwide, not just in India. One, it's a multipolar future. It's not going to be one superpower that is going to sort of influence the world. It is going to be multiple superpowers that are going to come in, and we will want exposure to those multiple superpowers. Plus, geographic tensions or geopolitical situations are going to continue to evolve. So you have to stay very, very vigilant, and you'll get a lot of opportunities also. The second is your excellent entrepreneurs now with technology are coming up from across the world. You have fintechs coming out of Brazil, you have fintechs coming out of India, you have fintechs coming out of Europe. So as an investor, you want technology or you want entrepreneurs that you want to invest in, right? And those are coming up now across the world. The third is people or investors that are now empowered with technology, with mobile, want to own all kinds of assets. Earlier, people would be happy with just real estate, le liya, fixed deposit, le liya. That's our investing world. But now people want stocks, people want bonds, people want a global real estate. So there is a lot of interest from the investor world, which now again is being met by technology, right? So key takeaway here is global investing across the world is a very interesting theme that is going to play out in the next 10 years. And how Vested fits in. So what we are trying to do in this kind of trend or sort of latch on to this tailwind is one key thing. So we are basically positioning ourselves, or this is what our focus is. This is what we enjoy doing. We are a global investing specialist for Indians, right? So we are building a platform for Indians across the world. Either you're living here or you're living globally as an Indian, for you to be able to access international opportunities that were not possible for you before. And that includes a lot of different types of assets that we open up, right? And so, currently we have 2 buckets of offerings that we provide to our customers. So one is our global access bucket of products, and the second is our India access bucket of products. So over the last 5 years, we had largely focused on global access, but now with Gift City coming in, and Pradeep ji mentioned a lot of things that are interesting that are coming out there, the India access piece is also now evolving, and we are very excited for what we can build there. So I'll take maybe 30 seconds to explain what we do here. So on the global assets side of thing, you get access to now pretty much the world. That's the goal for us. We basically allow you to invest now, not just in the US markets. US markets was the beginning, but very soon you will have access to Hong Kong, Europe, China, Japan, Singapore. So if you want any stock in the world, you should have it on your phone, and your customers should have it on your phone. The other is global funds. So we talked about how the fund ecosystem is building. So we are technologists, right? So we want to build a layer that allows you to access these funds, that allows your customers to access these funds in an easy manner. So here we have the first, the DSP fund, the retail fund available on our platform. we'll be adding a lot more GIFT City funds. Along with it, we have UCITS funds. So the Europe fund ecosystem is a little bit more developed. And so those funds are also what people want. And that's one of the best ways to avoid kind of inheritance or estate tax rather than investing directly in the US. Because this is a question now, and it came up in some of the discussions earlier as well. These funds are one of the best ways to be able to avoid estate tax in the US, but still get exposure to the US markets for your customers. The third is private market investing. So today, companies are staying private longer and longer. You see SpaceX talking about $1 trillion IPO. So from 0 to 1 trillion, all of the value, we could not play in it at all, right? So here we have created private market funds that give you access to global companies. So if you want to invest in a SpaceX, if you want to invest in OpenAI, a Perplexity, you can do that through our platform. And we launched this 3-4 months back, and it's been quite an exciting product. And then we offer managed portfolios. So this is just advisory on top of stocks or mutual funds or ETFs, right? So that's on the global side of things. The India side of things is a newer product that we've now started launching. We first are looking at giving exposure to equities through GIFT City funds. So there are inbound funds. How can we make them available, of course, for people outside the country to invest in? So here we've gone live in the US with a couple of local funds in the US that feed into GIFT City funds. This is the first kind of its product in the US that has been made available. We are also doing the same that we are doing for private markets globally, for private markets in India, right? So if you want to buy, let's say, NSE pre-IPO, we create the same fund for a US resident to invest into NSE pre-IPO, right? Or NRI living in Singapore to be able to invest in NSE pre-IPO or any kind of pre-IPO, because the Indian sort of landscape is also going to evolve. People want access to private opportunities here as well. Very soon, Pradeep ji talked about how GIFT City IPOs are coming up. Very excited to be able to offer those to our customers. And one key thing here is we are licensed in the US. So we are probably one of the only fintechs that have US licenses, the India-based fintechs that have US licenses. So you can onboard customers in the US as well by working with us. And there's a lot of interest. There's a US company, I think, that's going to go public in GIFT City. So there's interest there to participate in that. A lot of fascinating things there. And GIFT City derivatives. So as the ecosystem there for Indian derivatives evolves, that's something that we will offer on our product platform as well. And who can invest? Most importantly, pretty much anyone across the world can invest. A combination of sort of, the NRI video KYC plus our US licenses allow us to onboard pretty much anyone. Today, we have customers from across, these are largely Indians from across 60 countries. And I'll talk about how you can also utilize this going forward, right? So this is the offering. Lots to do here, a lot of back-end work that we've done to be able to make this available. But now pretty much all of it is live. And just a little bit about Vested. We've been around for 6 years. Process now 4.5 billion in trading volume and more than 900 million in assets that we have now from our customers. And we, from a licensing standpoint, in progress to getting our IFSCA set up with the Global Access Framework, as well as the Payment Service Provider Framework, and also on the distributor side of things. So, we are very much doubling down on the GIFT City ecosystem. Before that, we got our US licenses because, the licensing in GIFT City was relatively new. So we got our FINRA broker-dealer and an RIA there. So those are the two kind of jurisdictions. We will get local licenses in different jurisdictions as well. So we're working on sort of Middle East licensing that will allow us to service customers there as well. Once we get licensed, we open up those ecosystems for you as well, right? So that's the goal. And how can we help you? So just one last kind of summary in terms of our partner program. So that is the program under which we onboard wealth managers, RIAs, RAs, distributors. It's a referral ecosystem where we now give you two opportunities which did not exist before this sort of ecosystem, right? So number one is you can expand your revenue. So you can offer global products. The same customer now can also do international investing through you, right? So it's a pool that was not available to you earlier. The other very exciting thing is you can expand your market also. You can now cater to customers globally, not necessarily just living in India, and cater to their entire portfolio. Because earlier, a wealth manager would tell us that, okay, they can only cater to India mutual fund ka portfolio, which is 20-30% for somebody living outside. But now you can also cater to their global customer base. We already have more than 100 partners, and some of them, have customers in Nigeria, some in the US, some in UK. And they can now onboard them onto Vested and manage their assets on the platform. So, two very exciting opportunities for you to grow your business over time. And we play the platform layer role in this. And what we've done is we've developed a lot of customized technologies, keeping in mind the Indian investors' need or the Indian partners' need, right? So there is a maker checker system, which is very prevalent in India. So that is something that we've developed. You get support in India hours as well as in global time for your customers if you need any help. There are different kinds of technology. So you get APIs now. If you have your own technology platform, take our APIs. We have a white label platform, so you can get a landing page as well as a white label platform for yourself. A dashboard to track everything real time. So a very much customized solution. If you want more details, please, we are outside and can help you walk through some of these things. But yeah, I think that is all that I had from my end. If there's anything I can help with or our team can help with, please just drop us a note and we'll be more than happy. Thank you.